Hello, my crafty friends. This is Sheree at Turquoise Dreaming, and I'm here today to do a flip through of my next school journal. It's really an eclectic school journal, so there's lots of fun things in here. So it can be whatever kind of journal you want it to be, and it could be a school journal if you want it to be. So I've got a good little goodie pack here, and oh, this is my oh, that didn't make it. This is supposed to go inside. Okay, let me put that inside after we, when we go through it. And first we're going to flip through. So this is the cover, and these things are also coming along, which I will show you when I show you the goodie pack. But yeah, I'm in cleanup mode now after I finish this journal. I was thinking, I was wondering, would you like to see my craft room when it's messy? Like, I always show you my cleaned up. Whenever I show you my craft room, it's usually after I've cleaned up. So let me know if you would like to see my craft room messy, and I will show it to you sometime when I've actually made a mess in it. If you're not interested, I can understand. So, but I was wondering, do you actually want to see it when I've made a mess in here? So, yeah, I've got the tie closure you see here as the tie closure. It's one I made out of scrap fabrics, and the colors go well with this journal. It's got the green gingham here pieces and red gingham on this side sewn. You've got 4 strands of stitching here down, kind of 2 here, and then the ends are sewn a little bit. So anyway, these are fun. I've been enjoying making a couple of these, so I'm using them. And I'm about to make a neutral one, and I thought maybe I did this one a little different than or the last couple, or last few, a little different than I have done in the past. So I was going to go back to my original, how I made one a long time ago, and show you. If you're interested, let me know. Because I think it was a little easier than how I did these. So if you want to see that, also let me know in the comments if you'd like me to just kind of do a little show and tell, kind of show you how I'm, putting the pieces together, and then, I'll sew them and show you how it turns out. But, let me know if you would be interested in something like that. But here's the journal cover. As you can see, it's the Grover Goes to School. Super cute cover, vintage Sesame Street book. And if you love Sesame Street, this would also be a fun journal for you to bring back memories of either watching Sesame Street yourself, watching Sesame Street with your kids, or both. And that's the case for me. I think I watched it as, a young person, and then I watched it with my kids. So now my granddaughter watches it. So yeah, it's been around a long time, right? But I've got a little tassel, beads and buttons, and all kinds of fun things on there, and it's paper clipped on, so it's removable. You've got the rickrack here, the big rickrack, which I showed you already if you saw that video, in the back here with the baby rickrack. And then I did glue, well, I covered up the UPC or barcode right here, and then I glued this little picture that I fussy cut from one of the pages on the back. I just thought that looked so cute. I thought Grover looked so cute back there. So let's open it up. Oh, I guess maybe you saw the pom-pom here on the side. And then I've got lots of my decorated paper clips where I've clipped things in. So as we start out, the pages, or the front and back cover, did have, this already in here. So I thought that, of course, these are so cute. I left as in, and this book was in, barely anywhere on here. I mean, you have to look awfully hard to see anywhere at all on here, but it is a vintage book. There's a little inscription here, neatly written, that I thought was very sweet, so I left that. And then each signature starts out with what I call a signature cover of cardstock. So here's how I started out, and I like these colors with the colors here in the fabric and the illustrations here. So, and this is some, like bulletin board trim here that we made some extra width on this page to, because these pages are are a little wider than 6 inches than a 12 by 12. So we widened the pages a little bit with that trim. And then I put another extra piece that was a cutoff from the trim over here, a yellow piece, and made a little tuck spot on this side. And I have in here, this is a large index card where I have one of my sewn together strips there decorating it, and a page from, it's a large journaling card, I guess you could call it, but it is a page from a Raggedy Ann and Andy book. So that is in there. That gives you lots of writing space, or you can use those to decorate. Coloring book page here. And this is another fussy cut, which I had shown you in one of the videos, and I thought he looked so cute on that. It was a white page, and when I put him down there, I was like, oh my goodness, he just looks like he belongs there. So he is there with his sandwich at school, and then some kids' writing paper there. And I used all the pages from the book, either in the book or I cut up I think 2 to get the fussy cuts that I used. So all the rest of them are in here. So of course we've got Big Bird here, and then there's a pocket here, and then I've got a large, this is from another book, Little Boy Blue nursery rhyme, and there's writing space on the back. This one's sewn around. And then a painting card here. You actually get a paint, if you haven't seen these before, you can actually take a wet paintbrush, and these are actually paints. You dip it in here and then you paint if you wanted to. Or what I would do is use some markers like Sharpies or some colored pencils. Leave this as a decoration and color this in here, and then you can have it as a journaling card or a bookmark. But I wouldn't want to mess up. I like this. I think this is cool to have those colors there, and just, use something else to color in. Anyway, do what you want. A very old, delicate dictionary page I glued onto the cardstock. I did that in the last one too, and I thought I really like how it turned out. So yeah, I just glued it onto some cardstock, and there we have a nice dictionary page, and then nice cardstock over here to do something on. Here's a title page from the book. Grover is wanting some peanut butter and jelly there. And here he is getting ready to go to school. Here's the copyright, actually, right here in the book. It's 1982. It looks older than that as far as the graphics, but it is not, you would think it was 1970s or something, but it's 1982. On this book page here, I have a guest check clipped, ready for you to embellish. There, he's got his lunch box and things, pencil box, crayons ready to go. This is Easter egg dyed paper, playing jacks with his friend. And this is the center. The center of each signature is pages from the book. So cute. And then this is the back half of that first signature. Here I've got a card clip. This is a clock card. Things you might, some things are things you might use at school, learning how to tell time. A graph paper here. Page from the book. These are some game cards here. And page from the book. Playing outside on the playground. This is a postcard. I thought this reminded me of maybe learning history at school about the Liberty Bell. And it is a postcard. Here's the other fussy cut that I made here, and I backed it onto some cardstock and made a little tuck spot out of it. We've got just some note paper where I've added a little piece of ephemera or sticker there to decorate, and then it's got lots of writing room on there. Feels like, it's got a graph grid on there, in case you can't see that. A blue library card, and a little picture that I cut from, what were these from? I don't remember now, but I put it on some white cardstock to kind of look like a Polaroid picture. You can write on there. This is a vintage envelope from a day timer, and in this one you can put whatever you want in here. But I put a card in here that you could take apart or use as is if you want. It's a birthday card, but you could take this apart and cut it up and use the different things, elements, like you can cut out these balloons, you can use the cardstock, you can take these, you know, carefully take these. I have taken cards apart before, so you carefully take off the little elements. There's a little bow, or cut them out or whatever, and use them to decorate things. So that can be a lot of fun. And the balloons are nice and colorful. So that's the end of that signature. And see, here's where we widen that page again. And we did the same thing here in the second signature. Here I added a little bit of, it looks like a ruler. It's washi tape. And then on the other side, I put, where these pages are joined together, I put some yellow rickrack there. This is a stencil, which I have not punched out. The letter is there. You can punch it out and then use the pieces if you want. And then you can use a stencil to stencil a letter, or you can just use it as some kind of a tuck spot where when you put something under it, you'll be able to see through that. But that is what that is. That's a stencil piece. And then, let's see, I think I clipped 2 pages together here. Newsprint page there. And then the next page here I have clipped some playing. This is a playing card, and this is a game card. Those are clipped there. This one is blank on the back, so it could be like a little journaling card. You can add a focal point to it. Everything I put in here is for whoever gets my journals to, make things out of and to have fun with, enjoy, decorating your journal, writing on, just using your imagination with. Page from the book here with, I didn't show you this yet, a little charm I have clipped, just paper clipped on here, a little bottle cap charm, and I have a bunch of these that I've made, and they look like clocks. They have numbers on them like a clock would, so they look like clocks. Those are very pretty. And then in this signature for the pocket, that one big pocket I put, well, you saw a couple pockets, but I put that one big one, from the day timer. The big ones here are made from a brown envelope, as you can see, and in here, this makes for a nice big storage area. But I have a tag, book page tag. I have one of my little booklets. I think this is my last one made out of these little cards. And then I have a flip up, or whatever you want to call it, but it can be glued down. You can add writing space or write on here, and you can glue this down on something, on a page or whatever. So that is in there. And then on the back here I have a little flip up where you can write something, and a little journaling card that I added here I thought went so well with the colors overall on these 2 pages. They're playing Twister, and it says good times on there. If you ever played Twister, I'm sure it was a good time. I mean, it's almost mandatory that you have a good time, right? Playing Twister when you're a kid. I don't know about, I never played it as an adult, so. But I did play it as a teenager and a kid, so. Alright, so these are some note papers that I added stickers to make like homemade note paper. So I put different things in here that kind of might almost be like a prompt, like this one has a puppy on it, so if you want to write about your puppy or your pets or whatever, from past, present, and future, that could be something, what those could be used for. This one too has a little puppy related information on it. This one is, just says, hey y'all, watch this. You could be writing about your favorite TV shows, or, something like that, YouTube channels. It says, hey y'all, watch this. So, and then this has it says the word barbecue right here, and just some little decoration here for the color. But you could write about a summer cookout or picnic or vacation you went to on there. So just kind of like, almost those could be like little prompts to get, or you could write about anything you want, but I'm just saying, they could almost be like little prompts. This is ledger paper here, a tag clipped on there. This is made from a cover of a paper pad with those strips. This is some Easter egg dyed paper here where I was mixing the colors and just kind of getting a little creative, and I thought that came out pretty cool. Tag here, and this one was from a recipe book that was about making gifts in jars, and so they just had these, like the recipe here, and then you're supposed to clip it onto the jar, and I just took them out and put a little fabric on there and made them into journaling spots. So that is clipped there. And then center. And down the back half of this second signature. Here on this page I have clipped a couple of index cards that I've kind of just added a little fabric or paper to. So fun little places to write, colorful. You can add to them whatever you want to add now. Whoever gets this. Whoops. I've clipped like 3 pages together here. Let me try again. Okay, and then ledger paper. Page from the book. Here's the other side of that envelope. On this one I just have here this is just a post-it note, so it's just temporary on here. You can remove it and put it wherever you want. And then in here, this side has the flap, so you can use the little clip here and close it up if you want. And then in here, so another nice big storage area. This is an envelope made from a vintage Curious George book page. This is a drawing card made from a comic book with a Mickey Mouse there. And this is just my postalettes that I made that you can use as a postulette, decorate, write in, make it into an envelope, whatever your imagination, wherever your imagination goes on those. And then pages from the book. This is one of my file folders that I like to make, these little file folders. So this one's just made out of some double-sided scrapbook paper. Clipped on there. You can see the pom-pom trim there. And then that newsprint. And this is the last page of the signature here, where on this side I have, again, some of that bulletin board trim. The washi tape is there with the ruler. Washi tape. And then a bingo card here ready for, I did back it with some craft colored cardstock. So the back is nice, and then you can decorate the front and use it however you wish, and write on the back, journal on the back. This is a index card divider page. I've just added a little piece of fabric there. And then on the back side of this, I have a belly band, where behind that I have just a few things, some score sheets from game score sheets, and a remember card, which these are pretty cool. I love those. I found those at a thrift store, and I'll probably never be able to find them again, but they're very cool. I am sharing them when I remember. And so that is the journal. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed creating it, and it will be, when you see this, if it's, it should be in it will be in my Etsy shop, unless it's Etsy. I used to have Etsy shop. eBay. They both start with E. Isn't that a coincidence? Anyway, it makes you wonder though, right? eBay was around first. So what I have in the goodie pack, and these I forgot to, apparently didn't get in with the mix here, but these are going to go in there too. These are several pages from a Dick and Jane book. So there's Puff the kitten. I think there's about 6 pages here. So you can do what you want with those. Add them as flip outs. You can fussy cut things, just whatever you want to do. And then these are pages from the Make and Do book that I just finished. I have a few of these left, so I put some in here. And those are fun also to do whatever you want with. Make journaling cards, tags, whatever. Pockets. I've got a time card in here. These are pretty thick, so it feels like there's 2 there, but there's not. And then I haven't been, I want to put flashcards in there, but it's like I almost don't have room for them. So I've been just putting them in the goodie pack, whatever flashcards I can gather up for the goodie pack. So I'll just flip through them real quick. They're all different sizes, one of each different size that I have. This is a letter. These are math. These are, alphabet. This is a Dr. Seuss letter, vowel, more math, all different math. This is a journaling card. And they all live happily ever after. Little boy and his dad sitting in a chair reading a book. Another math card. Another math card. These math cards are probably mostly all vintage except for maybe this one. And of course the Dr. Seuss is new. That's a new card from Dollar Tree, but I love those cards. And some little flashcards. This is a little math flashcard, and this is a little mini one too. And this is a game, and it has a number 1 on it. And then another. This is a little bingo cut apart card from the scrapbook paper kit, and then some tickets. And what else do I have in here? Oh, here's some little cards here, which are from. These are from like a word bingo game. See how they have Be Love, G Witch. And that's from a word bingo game that I showed you in one of my Thrifty Thursdays. Spelling Bee bingo card. Gummy bear playing card. And these, somebody asked me, and I don't know if the Thrifty Thursday came out yet where I showed you these, but these are just because someone else asked me, just remind you that these came from the gummy bear playing cards came from Five Below, and they were only $1. And if they still have them, I thought that was quite a bargain when I found them. And then 3 of my strips that you can use for cutting up and making tabs. They're sewn together, my paper strips that I sew together. And I try to put in every goodie pack. They can be cut up, used for tabs. Use the whole thing on the edge of a page. Whatever you want to do. Decorate a pocket. Decorate an index card, a journaling card, a tag, anything you want. And coming along with this is going to be a little coin envelope also that you can use. And then I have several pieces of goodies in here. Let's see. So there's some ephemera in here. Little pieces that you can use to decorate things. Pages, pockets, tags, whatever. Recess, it's time for school, and I love school. So cute. And then a little piece of fabric from a scrap from the spine. And then some tabs. These are just random. In fact, I need to cut some more. These are like the last 3 I have. A little bowl over on my shelf over there that I have just cut some of these from. Book pages, scrapbook paper. I think this is from a book page too, but like I just put the last 3 in. 3. I mean, I might have 1 or 2 over there, but they're just randomly, when I put these in goodie packs, I just randomly pick them out of there. It's not for really to match or anything, just pick from what I have ready, you know what I mean? And did I show you everything? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, the little notebook. Where is it? Oh, yeah, right here. So, yeah, all this is going to go back into this cellophane bag I have here. So it's protected when it's on its way to its new home. And then this is going to come along with it. A little timeline address book that I recently picked up in Florida a couple weeks ago. And it's so cute. Never use A through Z, little tabs and everything there. So little, you could say it's a thank you gift, or you could just say a little bonus or whatever. A little gift from me. So I hope you enjoyed this one. And stay tuned for some more fun crafts on my channel. If you're not subscribed, that would be great if you did subscribe. Let me know if you want to see me working on the next closure that's made from scrappy fabric, which the next one's going to be neutral, because that's what I have out and I need to use up some of my neutral fabrics. And stay tuned for some more fun ephemera videos and, of course, making journals. So thanks for watching today. I hope you have a great day, great week, great weekend, and I'll see you next time. See you later.